The worst habit that is commonly accepted as we try to get better, as we try to improve, we got to leave the old habits behind and replace them with new habits. So welcome in, fam. Much love. Trav here, hanging out with Bubbles and the other sheep. Got the salad fields behind me. Beautiful day, and we've been talking about quitting smoking, quitting drinking. But this habit is just as bad, probably worse, depending on how you do it, and way more commonly accepted. People don't really talk about it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about when we dive in there. But just generally, I think you should understand that we are our habits. The result that we get in life are our habits. And there's certain things that control our habits, our beliefs, and there's certain mechanisms of how a habit works that triggers situation and you have a behavior and so on. So you understand that if you want to change, you got to look at specific habits and change those. And you got to look for those linchpin habits, those keystone habits, those one habit where if you change this, everything else becomes easier. And one of those has to do with how we use our phone. So I turned my phone off at 8:30 p.m. For the longest time, I've had a rule, turn my phone off at 9 p.m. And I'm about 95% good on that. I'm scaling it back to 8:30. It's now after 9 today, and I haven't gone on the internet yet. So I've been offline for at least 12 hours. I try to make it at least 12 hours a day between when I can even log on, if not 14 or more. And that's really good because, like we've been talking about, when you're on your phone all the time, and if you're on your phone, you're watching this, at least focus on one thing. I'm not saying being on the internet is bad. I'm saying how you use the internet is bad. So focus on this. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, stop scrolling that. Whatever, Instagram, stop scrolling that. Focus on this. When you are offline for a long period of time, it allows you to get into deeper periods of thinking. It allows you to not be as distracted, interrupted by a message, by a phone call, by random bullshit that's coming in, and actually be able to work deeply, write books, study, get to the next level in your life. Now, the habit, what's the opposite of what I'm doing is both of these habits are horrible. Staying up late on at night scrolling on your phone, that's going to keep you in a constant state of low-level stress and anxiety, and it's also going to, you okay, Bubbles? It's also going to reduce your ability to sleep, just because looking at a glowing screen at night proven to reduce your brain to produce melatonin, which you need to get to sleep. So being on the phone late at night is like the worst habit. It's so bad for so many reasons. It just prevents you from sleeping well, and preventing you from sleeping well, you're gonna have all sorts of problems in life, between emotional irritability. Just snacking on mangoes down here. Emotional irritability, being stressed out, bad memory, low performing. So you gotta, very important habit, you got to set a phone curfew for yourself, whether it's putting a phone alarm on or having a rule. I mean, if I'm on my phone, it says 9, I'm logging off. And like I said, I'm trying 8:30 now. We'll see how successful I am, but last night went well. Now, the other side of that is waking up early and getting on the phone first thing in the morning. Also bad, because it puts you in an immediate state of low-level stress and anxiety, and it just distracts you. Right, when you start the day, you've got things you need to do. You've got important things that you need to think about. And when that's derailed by the news, by what somebody messaged you, by what's going on in this group, by how many likes your picture got, all those things, it's gonna be bad for your brain. You're gonna feel worse starting the day. And also, just like it's gonna suppress your ability to produce melatonin, that is also going to have negative effects on your sleep, because the first thing you need to do when you wake up is get out and get sun exposure on your eyes. That's going to trigger the melatonin release for the next night's sleep in about 16 hours. So by laying in bed on your phone, super bad. So a couple really bad habits: being on your phone late at night, being on your phone first thing in the morning. And this one is really hard to kick for me. It's probably harder to kick than the smoking weed, the drinking, even maybe the caffeine, because being on your phone's a ubiquitous thing. You can't really give it up. And so reducing is a lot harder than quitting entirely and making new rules and sticking with them and monitoring them. It's a very difficult thing. So if you want help, you want to know my system, my method, my mindsets, how to hold myself accountable. You've been following me for a while and you've seen me level up, you want to level up. I have a little course for you, very affordable. It's not just information, but it's going to give you something practical so that you can change your habits from the inside out. You don't have to go to meetings, you don't have to do any of that stuff you don't want to do. You can just take control of your own life, and that's the key. I mean, can you even imagine if you say I'm gonna do something and you actually do it 100% of the time? Like, what a superpower that would be. That would be an insane superpower if you say I'm gonna do this and it means that you're actually gonna do it. Most people don't have that. So what I'm gonna teach you is going to help you with that, help you become self-accountable, help you become self-powerful, help you actually change. So if you want those results, click on the link down below and I'll see you on the inside. If you found this video useful, make sure to hit the thumbs up and make sure to comment, let me know. If you can relate to this, you've been on the line too late. Can you relate to that? So hit me in the comments down below, and if you found it useful, go ahead and share it with somebody else who did. So appreciate you, much love, and talk to you soon.